In this video, we will learn how to start a successful beekeeping business. We suggest watching the entire video to learn important information and interesting facts about bee behavior. Beekeeping is now a profitable business for many people across the country. We denote the information that you can get a yield of 40 kilograms per box using various statistics. If you sell the honey for 100 rupees, you will receive 40 times 100 rupees, for a total of 4,000 rupees. The total agricultural income from apiculture is 40 times 4,000 equals 1,60,000. As a result, honey bee farming is far too profitable for farmers. Beehive types. Skep. This type of hive is no longer used because honey is difficult to remove from the skep and it is difficult to clean and can be unsanitary. Although it is no longer in use, skepes can be a decorative addition to an old farm equipment collection. Top bar. The top bar beehive replicates a pool used for animal feed. Bees make combs by pulling them down from the wooden bar inside the hive's top. Langstroth. The Langstroth beehive is found in many parts of the country. Langstroth is made up of wooden boxes called supers that are stacked on top of one another. Inside the wooden boxes, the bees construct their combs and fill the wax frame cells with honey. Warre hives are smaller than top bar and Langstroth hives. These hives resemble a hybrid of a hollowed-out tree and a top bar hive. You should be well versed in beekeeping. Understanding the colonies and the hive workers, queen bees, and drones, the functions they serve, the impact on the environment, and the pests and diseases that can affect success are all important. Then, buy some good bees from local beekeepers or from agricultural universities or from online beekeeping stores or from beekeeping equipment suppliers and begin with a nucleus colony. Begin with as few colonies as possible, 2 bee colonies will suffice. After that, you can progress to commercial honey bee rearing. As a result, we are elaborating on the types of honey bees in order to provide more information about the honey bee species in India. Types of honey bees. Apis dorsata. Apis dorsata is also known as the rock bee. It is a giant bee that produces 38 to 40 kilograms of honey per year in each colony. Apis indica. Another name for Apis indica is the Indian bee. It is easy to domesticate and is commonly used to produce honey. Apis indica gives 2 to 5 kilograms per year per colony. Apis florea is also known as little bee. Because it rarely stings, honey is easy to extract from its hive. As a result, each colony produces about 1 kilogram of honey yearly. Apis mellifera is also called the Italian bee. This species has a highly specialized dance routine to advertise food availability, and it stings less than the smaller bee. However, it can produce between 20 kilograms to 40 kilograms of honey per year per colony. How to start honey bee farming. Step 1. Location requirement. When first beginning honey bee farming, learn which type of apiary farm should be used because it deserves some unique ideas. Bees will require sunlight, water, and a strong hive. They may also require food at certain times of the year. If possible, place the hive against a protected tree line or fence. In order to find enough pollen, bees will travel long distances. Pollen is produced by a variety of plants, including grasses, herbs, trees, flowers, and weeds. It is not necessary to have a flourishing flower bed in your yard, but having a diverse garden will help the bees get enough food. Step 2. Hive's condition. As a beginner beekeeper, your first year with a beehive will be an adventure at every turn. A colony appears and behaves differently in the spring, summer, fall, and winter, and you may be witnessing this for the first time. If you can afford it, we recommend starting your beekeeping adventure with 2 hives, both in money and time. You may not notice anything out of the ordinary, but with 2 hives, you will notice that something is different between them. Take into account that more than 40% of all beekeepers died last year. If you have 1 hive and it eliminates 1 in 40% of the time, you will have to start over the following year. Step 3. Equipment for honeybee cultivation. The conditions of your equipment vary according to the size of your operation, the number of colonies, and the type of honey you produce. However, the basic equipment required is hive components, protective gear, smoker and hive equipment, and tools for honey harvesting. A hive is a man-made structure that houses a bee colony. Over the years, a wide range of hives have been developed. Step 4. Managing bees for pollination. If you require bees for pollination, you should consider keeping them. However, maintaining a large number of strong hives all year is difficult, and most growers prefer to rent hives. However, you must follow the instructions below. To save the bees' energy, place the hives too close to the source of the field. After 10% flowering, relocate colonies near the field. Keep Italian bee colonies at 3 per hectares and Indian bee colonies at 5 per hectares. Colonies must have at least 5 to 6 frames of bees, sealed brood, and a young mate queen. Allow enough space for pollen and honey storage. Step 5. Diseases and pests. There are numerous diseases that affect bees in India. Acarine and nosema diseases of adult bees, as well as brood disease of larval stages, are the most serious bee diseases. As a result, the farmer must plan ahead of time to control specific pests and diseases. The farmer can seek assistance from the local agriculture department. Step 6. Honey bees harvesting. Most beekeepers harvest honey twice or 3 times per year. Honey is typically harvested between the months of June and September. The frequency with which you harvest is determined by plant life and your local climate. Bad weather, diseases, and pests entering your hives will all have an impact on your harvesting schedule. Facts of bees. Bees are the only insects on the planet that produce food that humans can consume. Honey contains natural preservatives and cannot support the growth of bacteria. Native plants are more easily recognized as food sources by bees than foreign plants. The queen's egg production, 2,000 more per day. The most important pollinators of flowers, vegetables, and fruits are bees. This is beneficial when growing other plants. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.